called to come on here and just say a little something, talk a little bit about, I don't really know what. Just that whoever sees this, I don't know, just know that you're strong and you can do anything, and like anything you really want to. And if you're called to see this, then I don't know, you might be connected to dragons like I am. And to maybe light a candle or something. And to have a nice day, like my Chinese food requests. Yeah, I don't know if going live is the best option or not, because I always feel really nervous, like, talking to people. But that might be another thing, like, whoever you are, your voice deserves to be heard, and you're here for a reason, and you shouldn't have to, like, feel like you need to hide, especially, like, sometimes hiding doesn't necessarily make you safer. Like, sometimes it can make your life harder, I guess, if you're just always hiding, because then you're not going to meet people that, like, you need to meet, or, like, it obviously is going to be more difficult to meet people that you need to in your life. So there's that. I don't know what else. I'm just sitting here, but I have a lovely little, I can't see, I guess, because my water bottle's in the way. Which is filled with warm water, by the way. That might be something nice for once it gets a little colder. You should really try drinking warm water. It's really nice. It reminds me of, like, a little spa for your belly. A little hot springs for the belly. But I've got my little altar over here. It's got some fall theme going with some pumpkins. A pumpkin that my pumpkin made, Arlie, my kid, and then an actual pumpkin. I guess there's two of them that Arlie made, and then a few fall leaves. There's a goddess Kali in there. My favorite is this little hummingbird egg and a real life bee, which I think is fun. Maybe it might be time for someone to make an altar. Or I think I kind of need to freshen up my altar, but it's so much work I don't really want to. I also have this, like, beautiful bowl of flowers I've had for a long time. I don't know why my mom had that, like, crystal bowl thing, but I always loved it as a kid, so I'm glad I ended up with it. I can hear the water dripping over there in my sink, and that just reminds me to, like, it makes me feel like saying just keep flowing with life and keep going, because you never know what life has in store for you, and sometimes it's tough, but that's how we learn. Though there's a couple different ways, like, you can learn. You can learn by, like, learning from other people's mistakes and seeing what they did and being like, oh, I'm not gonna do that, just like how dogs do. Hi. Or, hello. Or you can also learn, like, obviously from your own mistakes. So I guess it's kind of up to you to choose. And that's another thing too, like, if you're always at home hiding, sometimes it is a lot harder to, like, learn from other people if you are, like, don't want to be outside and you're just hiding. It's nice to get out and go do things. Good luck with that. Power mixed person. If that's what you choose, that's your path. But I feel like that would be not very fun. Probably sad. Or maybe you'd get hurt. I don't know. That wouldn't be what I would pick. But to each their own. Yeah. I don't know how I feel about going live, but I also felt like it was kind of a nice challenge because I get really nervous. And I don't say go out and do, like, you can, it's free to go for a walk if you just walk right out your house and just go for a walk. It doesn't have to be expensive to do that. Or, like, if you have a yard, you can sit in your yard. Or if the library is free, if you can get to the library. I don't know where you live, but where I am from, it's a pretty small town, so I can just walk to the library, so you can probably walk. Plus, it's good for you to walk too, Power Remix person. And you say we are alone, but you're never actually alone. Even if, because, like, you can't see love, but that doesn't mean it's not here. Like, you can't see your feelings, but there's still actually, like, a thing. Just like your ancestors and angels and demons, if that's what you prefer. Which, I don't know that angels and demons are too far apart sometimes. That's just kind of how I think of it. They're both very powerful, and they both are not a physical body, they're an energy body. So, yeah. I don't even know if you guys can hear me because I'm not normally a talker on the YouTube kind of person. And this is very much out of my normal, but today I watched a new thing that said to light candles, which I haven't done in a while, and I keep getting messages to like stop hiding myself and that my voice should be heard. So here I am talking. And I feel like you guys might be wondering what's on my sweater. There's little ghosties on my sweater. I got it from Hot Topic, which I love. So yeah. I prefer boer. I don't know what boer is, but I don't know if I feel like saying anything else. But I'm just glad that I got myself out here and I didn't panic and quit when I saw that people were watching, because that's what I did on one of my last lives. I tried to light candles for my rituals, but that didn't work. What are you trying to achieve? I don't know what I'm trying to achieve. I'm just trying to not get scared of talking and letting people hear me. So that's kind of the reason I made a YouTube channel in the first place, is because I felt like it was a nice way to like get used to talking and having people hear me without actually having to have the people right in front of me. Which is funny because I have had a lot of jobs where I talk with people. Like normally it's customer service, but currently it's a substitute teacher, which has been really interesting, especially when I substitute for like high schoolers, because I'm 4'11", so it's always really weird being there because most of them are taller than me. So it's just interesting to be like, oh, I is the boss of you right now, even though I'm a lot shorter than you. And I guess it doesn't really matter how tall you are, but it just feels weird, especially walking down the hallway. You are liberal. I don't know what that exactly means. To me, that just means like free. But yeah, I do kind of try to be free. Especially because I spent a long time, like when I was younger, I was really super depressed out and like didn't want to be here at all. So yeah, ideology, like a way I think. I do try to like have an open mind, because my mind used to be really closed. I'm addicted to pills and lost right now, so I don't know who you is, but like, can you tell me what's going on? That's kind of reminding me of like what I was about to say, because I used to be really addicted to, like, I used to take pills, and I used to have a really bad time with like self-harming and like having like thoughts like I shouldn't be alive anymore and stuff like that, like for a really long time. It started probably in like when I was like in 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, somewhere around there. And I guess the only thing that like helped me was realizing that like, well, there's a lot of things that help, but one big thing that I realized is like the only person you have to be with your whole entire life is yourself. So you might as well like yourself and like do whatever you need to do to like figure out how to do that. I guess first by like doing what you feel like doing that would make you happy, not necessarily like hurting yourself or anything like that, because sometimes that used to be like what I thought. I was like, I used to think that I was like, I didn't deserve to be alive, and like, which I guess is because sometimes when I get really overwhelmed, I'd get super mad, which I have recently figured out. I'm pretty sure that's probably because I'm a little bit like autistic or have ADHD or both. So sometimes I would just like get in burnout and then, or like just super overwhelmed, overstimulated. So, I feel like if you're addicted to pills, you're like trying to escape yourself. And there's a lot of things you need to like sit with and come to terms with, and like either try to forgive people who have hurt you, or not even forgive, but just like move on from that and know that you aren't there anymore. And like the only time we ever have is right now. That's all we'll ever have is now. So you can choose what you're doing in that moment, and like you can be doing something that helps you or something that hurts you, and that's like one of your personal powers, and no one can ever like choose that. Yeah, like make peace with it, because it's fun to be weird. I is cringe, but I is free. It's a lot more fun that way. Asher Adams, J4T. You didn't even come up with an inventive name. Sorry, getting a little triggered. But yeah, I'm weird because it's more fun that way. But yeah, if you're addicted to things, it's just generally like because you're not comfortable with like who you are at the moment. And I don't even know if you're still here, person who's been feeling addicted. Do you have friends, Asher Adams? I have a lot of friends, despite not really wanting friends. They just find me. I don't know how. I don't know if I would like to be a Satanist. I'm a little confuzzled about that though, because sometimes, like, I've heard a lot of mixed things, like Satan is a fallen angel. So I don't care how many friends I have, Asher Adams. It's just about the quality of them, not the quantity. And it doesn't matter because, like, how many friends you have, as long as you really are happy with being, like, by yourself or with yourself, then you have all the friends you need. Plus, I have a lot of my angels and guides who are my friends. And they're always here with me no matter what. Yeah, but I don't know if the person who was addicted is still here or not, but I can tell you're really sad, Asher Adams. You have to be a really sad person to say mean things to other people. That's all. That's something I know for sure. You have to be pretty sad to do that. Because hurt people. So you're probably hurting. If you want Satan to be your friend, good luck with that. But I have heard that Satan is a fallen angel. That's what I was, like, thinking of. So I don't know for sure if Satan is, like, a bad person or not, but I feel like I'd rather stay away from those darker energies, because I spent a long time feeling like I was one of those darker energies, and I know that everyone has, like, duality in them, so you can be a little bit of both, and I'm not afraid to be in the dark, but I know that I'm not just a creature of darkness, I'm also a creature of the light. So I am pretty good, Samir. You can feel bad for me if you want, Asher Adams, but that's your choice. I don't feel bad for me. I'm pretty happy. And it's not always about being happy anyways. Creature of the white. Creature of the light. But light, white. Not too far from each other. And white is a lovely color. And I do have a white kitchen. But we just rent our house. And I don't really feel like taking the time to paint any of it if I'm not going to be here for that long. But it's a pretty cool setup because it's a duplex, but my sister and her, like, 1-year-old live up above, and then me, my husband, and our 2 kids live down here in our lovely little bunny burrow, I call it. And it's pretty nice, especially because we're in walking distance to the skate park, the library, the grocery store. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a substitute teacher. Samir. Yeah, we all will die someday. I get distracted really easily. Oh yeah, we're also in walking distance to the school, which is really nice. We're in walking distance, like, everything, so I like my house. But I know one day we'll live in a bigger home that we actually own, just I don't know when. And we all will die someday. This is true, but I think hopefully it'll be nice. That's something I've thought about a lot. I don't know if it depends on your energy when you die, like, what you get, you know? Like, what state of mind you're in. That would make sense. Because you can literally create heaven on earth, or you can have hell on earth. It's kind of your choice about, like, what you're saying. I'm just saying, quit being weird and have a lot more friends. Asher Adams, why are you so concerned about how many friends you have? I would rather not have a lot of friends. I am the opposite of a pick-me, I'm a leave me alone kind of person. That's why I force myself to come on here and talk, because I'd rather just hide and not talk to people. But I've been hearing a lot that my voice is needed, and it feels kind of nice. Because does popular, like, mean that you're happy? A lot of the popular people that I like the popular kids that were, like, in my high school or whatever when I went, are now kind of chubby and miserable seeming people. So I don't know what the point of being popular is. And actually, I am pretty popular when I go around without trying to. People say hi to me all the time. Some of them I don't even know. And I just say hi back. Popular people are like, they have a lot of friends, and people do like talking to me. Much more than I like talking to them. It's kind of draining for me to talk to people a lot of times. So I tend to avoid it. That's why I guess it's good that I'm a substitute teacher, because it makes me get out of the house and, like, actually talk to people. Especially, you never know what kids are gonna say. I mean, maybe you have seen me before, Asher Adams. Maybe in this life or a past one. Woo! I don't know. Maybe. But Samir, I don't think it's safe to say where I'm from. Besides, I guess to say I'm from Montana in the United States of America. So, yeah. Asher Adams, it does sound like a familiar name, but forget all the stuff I said. I'm not concerned. People go through lots of different, you just say a lot of different stuff. And I also feel like maybe you're not super sober right now, perhaps, so you're just saying random stuff. Or you're like a teenager or someone. So, yeah. I don't really know what else I feel like saying. I guess, oh, you're 11 years old. I felt like you weren't exactly a grown-up. That's why you're so concerned about how many friends you have. Because I'm 30. I may look like I'm kind of young, but I'm 30 years old. I was not a little kid. Well, I think I'll always be a little kid in my heart, but I say that I'll grow older and wiser, but I'm never going to actually grow up, because it's your choice. Because, like, to me, it seems like growing up means, like, getting old and boring, and I don't want to. I don't feel like just because you're getting older, that doesn't mean you need to get boring or, like, stop playing. I will always skip and play and be happy in that way, because I choose to. Because I spent a lot of time being sad, and it's kind of a personal choice. It's just like what you focus on is what you get. So, yeah. Maybe your mom and I would get along. But like I said, I don't know how I feel about having friends, because I have plenty of friends, but like, I don't like to always, it's hard for me to get out and like go do stuff with them. Besides my one friend, Maya. I really need to go hang out with her soon. But I think maybe on Monday or Tuesday. But on Monday I'm getting my hair done, and that'll be a lot for me, so maybe on Tuesday we'll go get coffee or something. Yeah. I feel like I've said a lot, and I think I'm kind of ready to go. So, bye.